get through these pretty quick.
Crossing the void, beyond the wall of
Since it's
worlds,
just me sitting down
on
here.
the arc of time, dwell those not of our place or age.
Let me see here. Let me do this. Let me get some giveaways. Actually, having giveaways. What's up, Greg? We're doing both Gamescape and Infinite Dimensions. I think I'm going to do one Reaper for those who don't have a 3D printer as well.
For a
So,
flirts with
yeah.
chaos
We have
invites
three.
freedom.
Just make sure it's all
all it
good.
knows. Good, except suffering.
What's up,
and those
Courtney?
in the middle, they are worse.
Did you stream last
for they
night?
know nothing but self.
I don't think you
Codex
did.
Infernum.
If you
and
did, I
Codex
apologize. I
Exalted.
missed it.
Two source books that bring in-depth knowledge about beings of all dispositions, from the farthest reaches of the heavens to the darkest depths of wretchedness. Both of
Some of
these
this may be
titles come free
boring, but
from
we'll
cover
see.
art, new creatures, new
It bores
powers,
me.
like possession, and a multitude of information providing lore, backgrounds, names, mechanics, stats, and much more. These incredible tomes are filled with demons and angels, devils and celestials, unleashing the powers of good and evil, law and chaos on your table.
Ugh. Nice. Ah, that's always good with friends. Awesome. That's great to hear. There's gonna be some challenges today, like I'm gonna have to move the cameras at one point. I'm gonna have to move the mic because I got. You'll see. Boxes everywhere, yeah. Alright. Still have an entry screen. What time is it? 9:55. Well, yeah, so far. I'm down in my basement for 2 hours. I have to do this anyway. I gotta set this for Thursday. So, and this is like all the way down to the bare bone changeover. We'll explain. Let's take some questions. First time ever in 5 years I've done this, but everyone's always asked. So, go for it. I even got I got my Trident chewing gum here if I need to start chewing some gum while I'm doing this. Alright. I'm set. Doesn't look like we're chopping either. That's good. Stream looks good. I already ate breakfast. Got coffee here, I'm good. I think I'm going to be standing a lot. All right, I'm here. Good morning. I'm going to stand a lot here. Now, I'm going to take questions too, but I'm going to have to keep on looking down here at the laptop and looking over here. I'm looking all over the place. It's going to be a challenge. So, wow. What is that? Party Parrot, let's go. What the frick is that? Well, good morning. So, the terrain is out from the last game we did, which was actually last Saturday with, who we have? We had Little Bird, we had Heather, we had Mike Disney, Bones, and Stiletto Assassin with April Hole. So this is from adventure number 1020. I hit 1020. The most beautiful. I'm gonna switch it to. This is from. Do you want to follow along? This is from Dungeon 15. Now I'm gonna switch it to this. The Wreck of the Shining Star. All right. Could be heavily modified for Greyhawk. So we're gonna have a lot of water on the table. So this is a big. Oh, cool! It's all good, dude. It's all good. I appreciate excitement. Like I said, I don't care if let's just have fun with this stream this morning. So we're gonna have $20 gift certificate, Infinite Dimensions games, a compilation choice of STLs for Gamescape, and then for anyone without a 3D printer, I got one of my favorites here. It's Bones Black Set, Circe and Pigs. So everyone remember Willow? You're all pigs. Not the terrible TV show, but the original movie. So, yep. That's funny. So, so we're on 1021 is coming. 1021. Yeah, man, dude. So, who would have thought when I was a 13-year-old kid, I just started logging when the Greyhawk campaign started, I logged every adventure. I mean, why? I did. So, yep. I'm so glad I did to this day. Because, I got every single thing we've done, and I can track back and go, hey, did I run this? Because you lose track. I mean, we run things multiple times sometimes. All right. Ask questions as I go, of course. And also, going to talk about some sponsor stuff. Infinite Dimensions has a great Kickstarter going for miniatures. It's called it's the minis for Torbridge Cull. So all their sets are like that Torbridge Cull series, and now they're doing minis for it. So if you got a resin printer, especially even a PLA, they're really nice, and I would highly recommend that Kickstarter. Do you put dungeon mastering on your resume? No, I don't. So that's a good question. So when I got this new job got a sales director's position, Northeast region for Hyundai in the surfacing division, I don't put down that, but I do put down I am the founder of the St. Jude Greyhawk streamers fundraising group. That I do put down. Thanks. So yeah, that starts on the 4th, December 4th. I got to fly to Atlanta for multiple days for initial setup training, and then I'll be back. So, all right. So, boredom part number 1. If the camera angles are bad, I apologize. I got my two Insta 360s up on the table just to show cross-reference. I got myself just standing here, right? So, I got to tear all this damn Stormforge down. And, well, first things first, get rid of all the miniatures first. Anything that's a miniature or anything that's a small piece, get down. So I kept this lit for a reason. Right here, our little lit piece. You really can't see it on an angle there. Just to show you how. Thanks, Bill. Have fun at the games. Bill, a master crafter. Anything out on the table that's painted or that is made 3D print and painted up and all is all of his crafts. So just please note that. He won't be around though. All right, see that? Simple. Watch. That's it. 3D T-light LED that changes colors. Boom. Turn it off. All right. This is all Dwarven Forge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all the stuff now. Alright, man. I don't think I have any mods on, do I? Why would I need that? Do I have a mod on? I don't have any mods on. Alright, so for me, what's his name? Oh my god. Yeah. Hey, Mystical, you okay if I do this? You okay if I promote you to mod? That would help me. Alright. Like I said, it's not, you know, it's, for my mods are just like, come on whenever you want. So please note that, you know, this is not anything that's a requirement, but just I know you mod on John's, and give me 1 second here. Annoying as shit. And it's a Saturday morning, I guess that's why. So, go here, go creative dashboard, blah, 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 blah. Go now to stream manager. Oh my god. Go to community, go to roles manager. You all love this stuff, don't you? Boom. Oh, it should have did it take? Yeah, well, you know, it's they're trying to make money off of it, so yeah. Thanks, Bill. Oh, I got Mystical in there too, so thanks. All right, T-Light. All right, let's start pulling off all the terrain pieces that are considered miniatures first. Then I'm going to sub-stack them where they go in what boxes, right? Because I need to put away this stuff fairly quickly. Look at all these Grimlocks, or a ton of Grimlock miniatures. So I'm just going to be stacking them in piles, getting them off. All these statues are painted by Bill. Most of them are Reapers. I think this one was a WizKids, if I recall, Bill. It was a WizKids. You got some 3D print ones. Got one Salamander that was summoned. More freaking Grimlocks. You're gonna have a whole. The Grimlocks got a box they go in. T-Light. I'm gonna pull this off over here. That's gonna go in a special box. Gonna get rid of these over here. This. Steps. All right. Out on the table. Another T-Light down here. These are painted bugbears. I'm going to be real careful with them. I'm going to put them right away. Shelving. So, you know, we'll do it in two rounds here. So, all these are painted bugbears by Bill. A couple are metal. A lot of them are plastic. They're either WizKids or Reapers or 3D prints. So, onto the shelf. I'll scroll this camera down. Especially Courtney. I don't think you've seen the whole room yet. The scope of this room is insane. When we moved in here in 2013, it was like perfect. So, I think all miniatures are now. We put these bugbears away first. Okay. Start putting the others away. So what's the definition of insanity? Could be playing here. Alright. Now I don't know if this is going to refocus. Alright. So let's start right here. We'll start here. Alright. A lot of stuff. I got the underlays are down here. We're going to show them. This thing, look, it's auto adjusting as I go. Wall. Old plasma TV. Terrain. Posters. 13th Warrior. Look, the light's blocking it out. Hawk the Slayer. Knight Riders. Excalibur. Battletech posters. A Diesel in the corner. Those are Elmores in the back. Signed. Swinging. Table here. Boom. Books. This is a bit of a mess. All my custom rule books. Back here's all the plastic miniatures for quick access and grab. Look, I got 3 more boxes of Titan dice in. I didn't even expect. So I got them for the 9th. Patrick gives us a lot of stuff that's on this wall. Let me flip around here like this. And then here we go, down the hall. Let me just make sure it's showing. Running all the way down the hall. Got all the rule books. All the Metro Building Authority and larger pieces are on these here. Wait a minute. This thing's readjusting. Right. Then we got this side, which is mostly all painted miniatures, running all the way down the length. Right? A lot of painted miniatures on that one, all the way down. Battletech stuff on the furthest end. And then the section that needs to be fixed, I got all the large pieces down the end of the hall, along with all where the Dwarven Forge is on the wall. And I do have a back heater room behind that door where some older stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, this runs the entire length of the house, right? So, yeah. This was like when and Bill will tell you, Bill's on still, how small the other house, the previous house was for all this stuff. We had no room at all. Shit was everywhere. But then again, we didn't have as much stuff. Yeah, this is the basement. So, yeah, you like that sign? That was a D&D player rule sign. That Patrick sent that to me. Canadian Ancient Gamer, along with the Moose Crossing and all the other stuff. Oh yeah. Yeah, why you're tired? You're Walt tired. You can't blame me for being tired all the time. So, that's funny though. That is hysterical. Okay, miniatures. All right, boxes now. Coffee. Which one are they in? Creepers, Kenku, and Grimlocks in this box. Why that mix? Why not? Boom. Plastics. They're all plastics. Salamander has a box, which is harpies, gargoyles, nagas, salamanders. Boom. And other stuff, like griffins and all. So I have a Brother P-Touch, and you need it. We need it because I gotta label everything, or we're not gonna find anything. Brother P-Touch is great. This is a spell effect, usually used for Dust Devil, right? So I can put that right on the wall back here with all the spell effects. That's a 3D print. These go over there, and these go. So we're getting there. I got to take the underlays out and everything on this one. This one's going to be a fun one. So, like I said, 3 giveaways, all right? Why not? So let me start putting away stuff. Walking around putting away shit. Because if I don't have a system to this, I'm never going to be able to find anything. All the statues have a spot on one of these walls over here. Ugh. Yeah, I'll be dropping shit all day. Don't tell Bill. I don't want to break anything on. If I break something on camera, I'll never live it down. I'll never live it frickin' down. Okay. Pit traps. Now, Dwarven Forge. I think we're down to the Dwarven Forge level. Alright. Pit traps go. I actually put the pit traps over with the in stuff for some bizarre reason. So stuff scrolling through, showing the adventure from Dungeon 15. We're going to be running also ads coming up. We got a great Gabbin tomorrow night, right? We got a great Gabbin tomorrow night, and then we got a really great Gabbin the week after. And Mike Shea has added, Sly Flourish has added. So I got Ed Greenwood, Punk Rock Jenny, and Sly Flourish for that DM's Roundtable. So, yeah, thanks for answering that, Bill. I appreciate answering any questions you're able to. That helps. So, trust me. But we'll get to it. Here we go. Get rid of. I have pre-spot places for all this. This is all actually Dwarven Forge. There's 2 sets of these. I love these so much. Those underground caverns, natural formations. They're really cool. And they provide a three-dimensional game, which I really love. So, one set down. But we can use these in other things, so they don't go in the Dwarven Forge boxes. Yeah, these are awesome. Awesome sets. Pieces. So the Dwarven Forge is cool. The building stuff I'm not a fan of, right? A lot of the outdoors, like stuff, just 3D print stuff and miniature building authority stuff's way better. Sorry, but the underground stuff's great. But I don't like the way we play. And let me. Hey, Bal, good to see you, man. Bal, I'm trying to get it to work out. So everyone, I'm trying to get a game going before the end of the year. I promise. Yeah. I'm not putting any liquid on this table, dude. Trust me. The number one thing that I got to think about is, and a lot of the Dwarven Forge newer sets, the underground stuff's really cool. There's just not enough room for miniatures, right? So this stuff, the old, oh, I missed one. Look at that. Missed two. Missed two pieces that were there. See, I always miss shit. Always something. It has to be playable, right? And also, I got to figure out how it's going to be viewed on stream. So Duff wants to play, Val. Trust me, I'm going to get something rolling. Okay, we'll figure it out. Now, these are really rare. These are underground cavern water sets. So I already got those boxes out, so I didn't have to haul them. So here we go. 2 boxes worth of these. I'm gonna get rid of that shit first. I shouldn't say shit. I'm kidding. It's not shit. Super expensive now because you can't get it. It's been discontinued for years. So notice these things are really cool. Look at the stalagmites and stalactites and all that. Gotta be real careful with putting these away because they got special spots in the box. Me, I'll end up breaking something someday. That's why Bill we got plenty of glue here, right, Bill? Fix anything. Well, mostly anything. So, see you, dude. Thanks for hopping in, man. Like I said, 3 giveaways. Please say hello. Sit tight. On Saturday morning. I think there will be no more than 2 hours for all this. Let's hope. Alright, let's put away the entire set here. Get this all away. Got to get the pieces that have the sticking up areas first. Don't want anything damaged. Boxes and boxes of stuff, dude. It's just a little crazy. Dwarven Forge. This was an add-on set. Love this piece. I really love that transition piece into the water. That's really cool. And I also love this one too. Every time I put that whirlpool piece out there, like, oh no, what's coming out? So I can always mess with the players with that. You know I love messing with players. They deserve it. Alright. See ya. Hey, good morning. Good morning. A terrain setup. Tear down and set up. Alright. Got the water pieces out, Dwarven Forge. Now, watch me get a hernia on the way back as I go off camera here. Dwarven Forge. You got your fantasy floor set add-ons. You got your Cavernous Passages set. And we got all, this case, I have all of the base pieces within it. So, easiest way to do this is, there's a drop, but that wasn't one of the bills. I'm just going to get stuff out because I need to make room out to put stuff in. Whoops. Old resin, good. Let me slide that down, make sure I can see everyone. If I miss a question, just someone let me know because I know Bill had to go. So, Bill's son's playing hockey. Oh, old man, bend over. Oh. By the way, this is the new 2-drink minimum logoed shirt. I'm wearing it again. It's at Greenwood's group. I got everyone in the group to show my gratitude for everything. I got them all a shirt. So I also have, I'm going to do that for the Slav Squad as well. So some custom shirts with custom logos coming on it. They'll have their Jester symbol one on there. Alright. I'm missing a box for this stuff here. This piece here, the cavern, this goes in here. This goes in this one. This one has all sorts of cool, there you go, all sorts of cool stuff inside it. So, neat, huh? Cistern, I love this one. Cistern piece, and then that one's cool too. Some cool things. And you probably saw this one the week before with the Anti-Paladin, where they're summoning the demons. Alright, that one's done. Throw that one over here. Shouldn't say the word throw. Taking down Dwarven Forge is the most tedious of all the functions. Yes, so here's the deal. So you notice on this logo, there's 2 drinks. And then there's all these coins, gold coins. That's a symbol, part of the symbol of Greyhawk City. So 2 drink minimum. So if you watch the game, which will be in the evening, your game's in the morning, Courtney, in the evening at Greenwood's group. Before they ever start, and before, if they add in a special player or whatever, they say you gotta drink. You gotta have 2 drinks with us before we go on the adventure. So it's 2 drink minimum. They named it. They named the group, the adventuring group themselves, which I thought was really cool. So did the ladies on the Slav Squad. Bones. I think it was Bones' idea on that one. So yeah, that one's gonna have. Well, here. Hopefully I don't crash the stream. Give me a sec. Why didn't that pop up? Alright, there we go. We're going to go on here to heraldry work. GGHH. Alright, here is... Here is 2 drink minimum. That's their logo. I'll just cover myself up, right? Real chill looking. And this is the Slav Squad one. There you go. With the Jester Slav squatting. And the symbol of Selene. The unicorn, yeah. There you go. That's pretty funny. Those are the 2. And, you know, all custom done by Anna. Thank you, Anna, of course. Yeah. Yep. So, and there are special groups in my campaign. You know, Ed Greenwood leads the Slav Squad. And, you know, we have Bones, Darling, Myriad, Mandy, main players in the Slavs. All right. Passages set. Passage in box. Passage. This is converter pieces of passage. Got to make sure I get all of them. I don't want to have to go back to these boxes. Away. Away. In. Yeah, well, I love those races. Sometimes are crazy. All right, it appears these are special. All right, take a look at that. It appears I got all but the base. I got all but the base Dwarven Forge out. Alright, so move this stuff out of the way. I can put these two boxes away now. I can take this stuff over with me. Alright, walk time to number 2 off camera. You know what? I better leave this stuff here. There you go. Alright, walk time 2 off camera. Along the wall. Okay. Back. So please feel free to sign up for the giveaways. 3 of them. Okay. Dwarven Forge box, miscellaneous light up fountains, and like this one's cool. Once again, you can put a light under that one. I haven't used that one yet. The other kind of things I like now from Dwarven Forge are the ones that enhance the old stuff. That tends to be what I get. And then here, this is called the Plague Stone. These are all bars, right? So, prison stuff, like, there you go. Whole set of them. So I'm just gonna pop these back into place. Boom, boom, boom. That I used. For Buildcraft, all that would be ridiculous, right? So it's perfect that they made a set. Like, if they make a set that Bill's only got so many hours in a day with real life stuff, so I'm trying to save him from, you know, as he called it, fatigue. Okay. Next, let's get the rest of this off the table. So I'm gonna just start stacking up by type. Let me get this stuff out of the way. See how much fun this is? Well, the one I'm going to put up, yeah. I don't want to give away too much on yours, but there's going to be water during your adventure too. But it's not going to be anything like this. This one's going to be in the Woolly Bay. This one's going to be oceans based, right? Oh yeah. That's why I wanted. This is a good one to do the changeover on, because you're going to see a lot of water here. You know, you're going to see a lot of it. I got some, and we'll talk about underlays in a second, in a minute or whatever. Curve pieces, bump outs, transition, no transitions, straights, curves. This is like 4 full sets of cavern sets that I've gotten over the last 25 years. They are so, like, it's almost impossible to get a set for like under $300 now, which is crazy. So I'm glad I got them so long ago. Now they'll go into this tote, which has stuff inside it. Yeah, we have to put stuff on the lower level here. What do we got? Yep. All right, so I need 4 curves, 4 curve pieces away. Gotta have a system. If I didn't have a system, it would take me double the time. Alright. So, let's see if there's any questions. Yep. Get in on the drawings. Get in on them. Straights. Flat. crap in this. Like I said, when this is full, I'm going to feel it. I'm going to get my workout today just carrying this. All right. Curves. Also, won't be able to close the box. It's so much in here that it sticks up, but that's okay because it's going to be on top of a pile. These are cool. I mean, you can't. Hard to play in playable space with these, but they're cool for closing off something, especially if you're out of pieces. They're pretty neat. But once again, everything serves a purpose. Dwarven Forge, I know why they made the transition. People wanted the rooms already built. I understand that, and it's probably more popular than it ever has been. But I love the old stuff because I want to be able to build whatever I want. Does that make sense? I want it to be modular. It really helps out with, especially with the table we have here, the table we play. So, yeah, hopefully the phone doesn't drop you. But if it does, just, hop back on. No big deal. I said, this is I haven't done this, ever done a stream like this in 5 years. Couldn't get a game together quick today. It just didn't come together. People, too many people got things going on. So I'm like, you know what? I got nothing going on right now for 3 hours. So let's just do this. So it does. It increases my options a lot, and I love the sets, but it does take a lot longer to tear it down. I didn't even use the connectors this time. I got lazy. Sorry. I did get lazy on that. All right. Box. Steps, stairs. They don't belong in this box. But I put stuff that I use a lot of times in the outdoor set in this box. Make my life easier to find. All right, these do not go in here. These do. All right. Oh. Box. This is probably, I'm going to guess, 50 pounds. Well, I'm an old man, I guess you could say. All right. Off camera. What? Hard part is done. Well, for the most part. Dwarven Forge off the table. Yep. In its entirety. Look at that. We're getting there. We are getting there. Okay. So, yeah, definitely. Thanks, Greg. Now look. Let me just say this in a non-son of a bitch arrogant way. This is decades of accumulation, right? Now, a lot of these 3D prints have come together the last 3 years because the sponsors have been great. Particularly Jeremy at Gamescape 3D. He's made a lot of stuff on request for us. But you got to start somewhere, right? So it just depends on your play style. Please don't think you got to get together everything, as much as craziness as this. First of all, the space on this, it's crazy how much space all this takes up. And we're getting bigger and bigger and bigger pieces now, right? All right, I'm taking off anything that's not a 3D print off the table, especially stuff I don't think I'm going to use. Actually, I'm going to use some of this. I'm going to put them on the far side of the table. See, I'm over here now. Which is the far side, which I can't reach. When I'm streaming a special group, I am rarely on this side of the table. This is where Alan and Bill sit. So what I'm going to do is I pull off where the underlays are, anything off the table, slide it off, right? Or I'm going to completely take it off if I think we're not going to use it. I'm not going to use it in the next setup, which is a lot of it. Putting the tea lights away. There we go. Okay. Dead little trees I tend to use a lot. Definitely not using that piece. Definitely not using this piece. Okay. Definitely not using this. Definitely not using that keep. Stair transition I may use. I may use this stair transition, but I'll take it off for now. Just depends, right? I gotta figure this out. So, thanks, Jeff. Isn't it crazy, man? Thank you. I really appreciate it, Jeff. Really do. Okay. So, let me see if I missed any questions. Yeah, it's gonna be good football today, good football tomorrow. Yeah, by the way, Gavin is an hour late. It's 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Eagles game's at 4:25. All right. So I've been thinking a lot of these are going to be good for eroded waterway. I mean, these pieces are great, so I'm going to use some of them, but not all of them, in the next setup. So, and predicament number 1 is coming very shortly, and you'll understand what I'm talking about in a second. Move this shit out of the way. Under the PC here. Where do you guys just spill my coffee? You better put it back there. 100%. Once again, if you don't have a 3D printer, Circe and the pigs I'm going to give away. All right, so don't worry. I got 3 giveaways. Okay. One sec. So, Captain Robert's on, and it's a rerun. But we're the thank you everyone. We're like the top. We're top stream in the morning already. Yeah, I know. I may need to go get a third coffee and a quick break. But so this is not anywhere near as bad as if I have the Free City of Altamira up. Right, if I have the entire city of Altamira on this table, that takes forever. Oh, it's that Dwarven Forge is long. All right, a lot of these I'm not going to use. I'm going to take these off. Shelves, shelves, shelves. These may come in handy, so I'll slide these over. Not sure yet. Like I said, I gotta think about this. But anything that's left, two-sided? Yeah, it is, but wrong. Both of these underlays got to come off. And I'll explain why. That's a nightmare in itself too, because I don't have room for them. So I got all my where I'm standing right now, right here. All the neoprene underlays are here, and I have, as a cover for them, got this old, I shouldn't have gotten this Chinese ratty, half of the side of Greyhawk map, right? I just put that over top of it so they can walk right over it. But it's neoprene anyway. Stuff's pretty indestructible. So, pretty indestructible. Oh. Hey, Troy, thanks. We're almost there to getting all the crap off the table. I use that word endearingly, please. Crap. Move these out of the way. Put these here temporarily. Put them on here. Got more room. All right. bare 8x8 table for the most part. With just stuff in the corner temporarily here. Take a quick walk to get the only non-neoprene overlay I have. But I'm going to put that over top of a neoprene one. This one's a Match by Mars, right? But it's going to go over top of one of the two. And I'll explain. Get this chair out of the way. Oh, it's got a height train. That's crazy. So, what's up, Troy? Okay, so I got to figure out underlays. Now, the far one, which is the desert one now, that one is not going to be... Oh, look at that. Kai, thanks. No, Jeff, I do not store stuff under the table. Let me see if I can show you why. How's the table supported? These are two... All right. The table itself is phenolic board, two 4x8s. I've had them since 1995, actually. It's from my old company. 1/2 inch thick. That's really kind. Thank you. 1/2 inch thick, black core phenolic board. Used, toilet partitions, lots of stuff. Two of them. And this stuff's indestructible, right? This is, if you remember my old streams, we didn't have underlays, and everyone goes, "Oh, why is there all swamp?" So down here, look, sawhorses supporting it. The only thing underneath is Patrick's box right now of goodies. Right, and there's where all the underlays are. I just don't have room to hang them anywhere, and they're so heavy. Right, and there's the under depths of the game. Yeah. No room. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, and this stuff, like I said, this stuff is so great. You can't chip it. You can't do anything to it. It'll stop a bullet, actually, because it's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sheets of paper, high compressed down, thousands of pounds of pressure on high heat. So this stuff is indestructible. So it's great stuff, and for me, it's just when I was thinking, everyone said, "Well, get plywood," and this is back in the day, and I said to myself, well, I know I got some great, something really better when I worked at Wilson Art all those years, and this stuff was perfect for it. Sorry, someone respond. I'm just responding real quick. Okay, so plywood will warp over time. Also, yeah, absolutely. So, and this was perfect. And the funny story about this stuff's like $4 or $5 a square foot back in the day. It's probably even more now. So what I wanted was, oh thanks. What I wanted was this color. It's called lich and green on one side. And I wanted a desert sand color on the other side. So when they got sent to the warehouse that I worked at facility, they were green on both sides. And my boss at the time, I said, "I don't want these. They're wrong." And he's like, "Oh, I know they made them wrong, but they're just gonna sit in our warehouse. So." Would you take them for $1 a square foot? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. So because my company fucked up, I got these real cheap. Now, hey Rob, getting these down in the warehouse. I mean, down here, Steve and myself, that was hell. Oops, I just shout to one person. That was literally hell getting there. So heavy, and if I ever move out of this place, I would never again. Rob, where the hell are you? There you are. So I would never again do that. Okay, let's talk. This is going to be important for a lot of you, okay? We're going to talk overlays now. Of course. I owe Courtney a shout out. I got to program it in. That's me being brain dead and everyone else. I owe Lee. I gotta Lee. Lee, put your channel into it, please. Should support everyone who's on the streams. So, all right, brands of these that I recommend. There's 3. Oh, Courtney, you don't have to do that. Thanks. Let me sit for a second and slurp some coffee so that I can't spill it because it'll be empty. Of course. Oh. All right. So, back in the day when we started this, we had, Stratagem, Wiz Dice, a sponsor. Stratagem has a lot of products, and one of them was these overlays. Now, their green, like, meadow overlays were terrible. We got them because we really didn't know what we were doing at that point. Oh, Rob, thank you for doing that for Lee, too. You know what? I can do this. Now, I forgot if it was 99. I spelled that wrong? I think I got that right. Let me just see if it links to it. Yep. There you go. Of course. And thank you, Rob. So, we look for better ones, and Warzone Studio, and you can go, if you go on Amazon, you search neoprene battle mat or neoprene mats, you're going to find the Warzone ones. So, they're pretty good. Now, actually, I don't know, some of you may not like it. It's a company, it's in Russia, actually. This is a Warzone Studio one. They got 2-sided mats. Now, that one I think I'll use for Battletech at some point. That's a 2-sided mat. So if you come down here and look, you can see the... I knew this was going to happen. It's going to be... Let me see if I can... All right. Let me reset this one. Cameras. One. All right, that one. Oh, look at that. It's not too bad. See the white on the edge there? That is a Stratagem one. That one's awesome. This one is awesome. That's good for snow and anything, like in a hill, mountainous area. That's a good one. So if you look through here, we got swamp. You got like a transition mountain one. These are 2-sided. One of these is going to go on the table. You got the desert on one side with a waterway in it, and then you got the standard meadow with a little bit of a rocky. And then you have this one, which is going on the table too. This. All right. This waterway's going on there. Slide this over. Now, here comes problem number 1. All my stuff in here, including my laptop and all this, is on. I gotta move it. Okay. And you get to see how I can talk here, communicate with this. So, yeah, it's toys, man. You know, and thank you all for getting me through a level 3 at a hype stream on a Saturday morning where I'm just changing out terrain. Really kind of being the top stream. So, yeah, you get to, that was the whole idea for this. So, Warzone Studios, you can get them right on Amazon. Now, I only use 4x6s. They may not be the right size for you, but there's other sizes available. There's 4x3, 4x4, a lot smaller ones. So, but I only use the 4, you can see why. I only use the 4x6s. We want some playability, and we want some, especially Alan and Bill, wanted open space on their side. So it only covers, there's like a 1.5 2 foot on that side. I run it up to this other side because, especially since I'm doing games by myself, I run up, and Alan and Tom and Walter stay on this side. They don't care. That's kind of why I leave it open on this side. It's also camera angles are better where the table's set. Right? So, yes, lots of toys. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Thank God for sponsors. So, I'd be kicked out of my house. Warzone Studio, Now there's two other companies. This one, I believe that right on here, this is Frontline Gaming, FLG. You can go check on their site. They probably have some Black Friday sales going. So I probably have the dark blue water that I'm going to put up on the tables, Frontline, and a couple others are Frontline as well. Thanks for the follow. Thank you. So I like Frontline Gaming's. I don't like them as much as Warzone's, because if you look, and you can see the two, here, I'll put them right next to each other. Which one do you think has more detail on it? It really is. It really the Warzone Studios has these are great just for background, but the detail on this is really fantastic. It's really great. Really nice detail. Now, I have they're from Russia. Deep Cut Studios, and thank you for that hype train, is from Lithuania, and they have a FedEx Euro program, so it's 5-day shipping. They have a huge Black Friday sale going on. I got 2 underlays coming for that. One of them I'm going to use in Courtney's game Saturday the 9th, as all the other stuff is scrolling through now, all the ads. And that's a 9 a.m. game. Hopefully it gets here on time, but it should be by the 9th I should have it. So I have one of them coming, and I have another, I have a Savannah transition one coming from them too. They're really nice. So their level of detail is as good as Warzone. So I have 4 different companies with underlays, all neoprene except for the one which is a Map by Mars, which came in the Miniature Building Authority Watertown or Harbor Town set. So if you've seen these, right, this style of building out there, all the ones we have for this Harbor Town building, yeah, they just couldn't call it Lake Town. See the Lucky Kraken in. That whole set came with the Map by Mars in the Kickstarter for that, and that's like got to be almost 3 years ago. But this is how I built Harvey a lot on my table on the waterway, and that's all those. All right. So, all right, here we go. So we're gonna do the overlay on this one, the desert one. You're not gonna see it. You won't. Thank you. Let me do a love out here. We're almost at 50 viewers, and I really appreciate it. Where's my hype? I hate when they mix shit up. There it is. By the way, you hear about we're getting more animated emotes? Should be shortly. Okay. What time are we at? Look at that. We're not even an hour in. Coffee's done. We're going to put one of these green ones in this spot. You're not going to see it. That's one less thing I have to do for an adventure the next time after that. So, and I don't want to put that Map by Mars on its own because that thing slides. These neoprene ones do not slide. So I want a neoprene one underneath it. So watch, I got to move my Orbi out of the way because we do not want. Thank you. Thanks for the follow. Because we're approaching 10,700 followers. I really appreciate the support. The Orbi's got to stay on the table. That's why I'm able to broadcast to you all. I'm going to just pull this off. I'm going to take this one. Slide out. Yeah, that on top of that. That's right. Yeah. I gotta think about all this. If you see guys tripping during the game and they're walking around, especially Tom, now you know what he's tripping on. Happens all the time. Hello. Okay. Now, this is great two-sided. I'll show you both. This is awesome. These are Warzone Studios. They're right on Amazon. Two-sided ones. I think they were $119 at one point. Got a little bit of a water on it. See? Neat stuff. Double-sided ones. Deep Cut Studios also does a custom double-sided program. You got to spend, in order to get free shipping, though, you got to spend €300. So that's about $330 US if you want free shipping. But the shipping's not that bad. So I got 2. Like I said, I ordered 2 of them in a Black Friday sale. that are coming. So I have 2 new, should we call them overlays, underlays? I don't know. Don't want that in the corner yet. Okay. Now, just line this up. All right. Here comes the challenge. I had to think about this. They are nice. Speaking of tan, I think the Slav Squad shirts are going to be tan with that purple logo. I think that'll really show, especially at GaryCon there at Troy. So, I'll have shirts for all the base members in Eric Mona. For that. All right, let me just get these out of the way. Cameras are going to go off the table for a second. Angle looks bad. Sorry about that for a minute. All right. Everyone see why it takes 3 to 4 hours normally? Fun times. This is what you need to go through if you want to be the best visual on Twitch, right? On D&D streams. Thank you for that follow. Oh, that's a comment. That's a sub. Thanks, Courtney, for doing that. Thank you for doing that for Kama. All right. Really appreciate it. Very kind of you. Did you get your shirt or not sure? Okay. I know this looks stupid right now, but it won't in a minute. Even though the color of the water is different, but we can't have everything, can we? All right. Hey, Greenleaf, good to see you. Oh, I gotta be careful here. I got cords all wrapped up amongst each other. That's where that was down there. Oh, cool. No problem. Just wanted to know. Because it always gets in the way when I'm doing a changeover. Along with everything else. Okay. Now, we're going to keep the neoprene there that you're not going to see. And we're going to cover it. Most of it. Most of it. Only one that's not neoprene that I have. You may see some green on the edges, but I'm going to have to live with it. Save me an entire step in the future. Tables move a lot too. You gotta straighten them out. All right. Okay. Look at that. So, we are clear. We are watered. We have liquid. Yeah, Lee, I think you have the entire second edition books you won from a virtual GrowCon. Whew. So, we're to this point now where now we can think about what we want to do with the terrain here. Now, it's been scrolling through. This adventure is from dungeon number 15. All right. Here's the cover. There you go. I think it's from the 87. Oh, you want to scroll? Okay, I'm sorry. Thanks, Val. I really appreciate you doing that. Let me take a look. Thank you. What camera to use? Okay. All right. So let's give kudos on the cameras to John at Blue Box, who helped me. And you know, it's a partnership with all the community streamers. He really helped me out on this. And hey, Dale, he really helped me out with everything having to do with doing this visual. He has these are Insta360 links, 2 of them. Now the one up top, that's still a Logitech, and I think it's a 920, a widescreen 920. I may change that out eventually. The 922s are, you can see them on the shelf here. So I've gotten rid of the 922s for now. I'm going to put a 922 there if I think it's better, but right here are my old 922s. Okay. My son may use 1 or 2 of them. So, these, they're normally like $300 each, but I think there was a sale, $50 off each of them, so I got 2 of these. So these are the ones that are, so, I mean, they're 10 times better than the previous ones. Now, John also showed me. Yeah, John's fantastic. So let me shout him out here. I think he's got family stuff all weekend. I haven't seen him at all. I haven't talked to him at all for days. I think it's been a week since I've talked to him. So watch. I mean, they're preset for like close-ups. So watch this. So I'm on my Stream Deck and I go like this. All right, ready? Here's camera 2. Boom. They're preset for like close-up areas, right? And I can change them. There's a sub program. I can set them before, like when I have all the terrain out, I can preset them in that program before I have X split up. Now we go to the first camera. Oh, let me put 2 back to the right spot. There we go. So I go to my first camera here, and there we go, and that starts moving around. See, just by 1 button, zoom in, zoom out. It's really they're nice. So I got to give John all the credit for that and helping me. They're 15%. That's not bad. That's Rob. That's a good price for them. So I highly recommend them. You gotta figure. So John helped me. You gotta figure out how to do it. You also got to figure out how to reset them, because I'm gonna tell you what happened. This one over here, John and I are messing around getting the program up, and there's a firmware update, and I firmware updated it and it crashed, and so it was unusable, and I had to call them and figure out you got to tap the front area 3 times. Just like the frickin' Tony Orlando Dawn song, 3 times. You got to hard reset the entire thing. So fortunately, I didn't have to slag it. But yeah, I may get a 3rd one for the widescreen. I'm not sure. So yeah, absolutely. Be careful. All right, so giving away some stuff that's going to go on Thursday. All right, here's my map. Now, here's a trivia question. My play style, what is the toughest type of game for me to play? That's a general question. The toughest type of adventure to play. Let's see if anyone gets it. Yeah, exactly. Tap 3 times and hold it down. It was just crazy. But it worked. Non-combat. No, well, yeah, no. Underwater is always tough. So, air combat is tough for everyone, Jeff. So, I'm being very broad-stroked on this. The answer is, are you ready? Yeah. The answer is published source dungeon crawls. All right, because you know how those they got 1 sheet of paper and it's filled. Like imagine me trying to run White Plume Mountain under the underground part on there, or or something like the Caves of Chaos would be very hard for me. Yes, exactly. So for me to do a dungeon, I gotta, it's because it's also, they used there's so many rooms, there's so many side passages that are that don't make, sense. So I cut them out. So what do I do here? This is an outdoor one, so this is not as hard, but I do a lot of creative liberty. If you saw Bristanum's Cairn, I added an entire first part to it, right, on a Thursday, and I added some other benefits, and I cut back a lot of the shape of the underground part because I couldn't recreate it on the spot on the table I had with Dwarven Forge. So, yep, exactly, Jeff, you got it. So, the wreck on the rocks. Now, so as you can see, how am I going to do this? So I'm going to take some creative liberty here. Yeah, dungeon crawls are tough, but there's a lot of stuff. I mean, let's face it, we're not a great theatrical group. My guys, I know that. Do a little more theatrics when I have my special groups, and it's just you adapt to the play style of your players, which is perfectly fine. I'm going to get the key piece right now. I'm going to put it on the table, and we're going to build around it. How's that sound? It's in 2 pieces. This is the first time this has ever been on the table. Brand new piece. Okay. I'm not saying it's going right there, but I'm just showing it, highlighting it on camera. All right. Yeah, look, it's got some cool stuff to it. Now, this is good. Wreckage. This is Bill created wreckage. I know I'm going to use all this, so I'm going to get out some wreckage now. I'm going to get out flotsam and jetsam wreckage that I have, that I know I'm going to fill the table with. At least, all right? So, yep. Yeah, it's the Edmund Fisher. Yeah, let's start singing songs there, Dale. All right, so there's the wreck on the rocks. So, I'm going to take this off camera, and I'm going to put it on the side so I can refer to it. Actually, I think I got it memorized enough here. So now this is going to be the main encounter area. So this is going to be on the water. Yo, good to see you, man. Okay. So we'll do the background first. Thinking to myself, the shoal area. I have my players here. I'm going to put the shoal area somewhere to the middle, to the left of the table. So I normally, if you notice, I like it so that I can still get access to it and I can reach it at the end. So normally it's going to be in this area here somewhere. So what am I going to do? Now, running back, visuals, we're not going to be off on the beach or anything. This is a one-shotter, actually. It's all going to be done on Thursday night. So this will be until we get done. I'm going to do the following. I'm going to take, I have some back, I just stepped on my shoelace. Jeez, Jay. I'm going to take some block off, just background visuals that aren't that great, but I'm going to get them on so that everyone knows that this is an out of bounds area. This is really old stuff, but it serves a good purpose. I'm going to run this along, noting that that's not part of the setup. And I try to fill the table. I try not to leave the table that blank, just so we have, got to be kind of visually appealing, right? switch those two. Not like that. All right. Put this back on. That may change. All right. I don't think I'm going to build this in GeoHex. Because I look at the picture and I don't think GeoHex is needed on this one. Although I may... It's a tough call. I may have to do one level of GeoHex, a small one. Just... Yeah, well, he doesn't do ocean and bays. He does all rivers, right, Rob? Yeah. They will be in. God, I forget the name of their ship. Now, I'm not using this because it doesn't make sense for this scenario. The full Reaper ship, right? Doesn't make sense. First off, they are not in it. Secondly, it's just too big. Too big for this. But this is and there, let's see, it's not the Vigilant, it's not the Crusty Widow's destroyed. You got my brain fired off. Yeah, that's build it all up. Only it takes 2 inches of water to drown someone, or 1 bowl of soup. If you ever remember watching Mary Hartman from the 70s. So, yeah, I may throw a little GeoHex up here, just a little bit in this area. This thing is, because I'm gonna add something. So here we go. Got to get the GeoHex out. Back room. This stuff is the oldest stuff we have. This is from the 90s, right? We used to use this for BattleTech. That's what, and then we said, why can't I use it for D&D? All right. So, I think this thing's going to be crashed up near it, because I may... I'm just thinking out loud here. That tends to be what happens. Don't want to go too crazy with it. I just want one piece of islands on one, like, think of it as one of those in, you know, the West Coast. You get a lot of that land, or in the Greece, you know, where you have some land. That's wrong now. I got to put up this instead. I need one ramp. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. So, yeah, he drowns in his soup because he was drunk. If you're from that show, look it up on YouTube. It's like the pinnacle moment of that series from the 70s. I was a little kid and I was like confused when I saw it. I was like, what? Yeah, he drowned in his their chicken soup. Now I'm showing how freaking old I am. These pieces get beat to hell, man. And Battlefront will tell you, this is, I mean, if we're playing BattleTech, I got this stuff all over the table too. So, do I want to run something wider out there? Maybe, but I gotta find that piece. I'm talking to myself. Sorry. amused myself. So notice I'm putting this over a transition area to kind of to hide the changeover a little bit from color to color. And you'll notice I'll do that a lot on my streams. I'm going to do it some down here too. All right, I'm going to do some down in that main area there too. All right, I think that's good. So. Nah, there's no lighthouse here. There's no lighthouse at all here. So I'm thinking this is what's going to happen. I'm going to put this, I'm going to reverse this because of the rock. No, the rock would be set there. It's got to be this way. Whoops. Oh my God, if I break this, Bill will kill me. So this is not the perfect piece for putting figures on, if you notice. So I think this was a pre-piece, and then it's going to be remade, or it was remade in an angle. I mean, it shows visuals good, but it's not what you would say, hey, I want to play with my miniatures on there, because they fall off. So note that this piece is not made for that purpose. Okay. Yeah, some of them, well, the Big Reaper ship has magnets. All right, so now, a lot of these I think are going to work real well. First things first. A simple transition piece to cover the line between these. Boom, right? All I'm doing is covering. All I'm doing with this is attempting to cover the line over because it's a visual. Here, I'll even put some flotsam there. No. More like that. Okay. All right, got those still going. All right. I said this is not. What's up, Josh? You scratched my anchor. The best is the dude in the boat with his eyes popping out, in the fishing boat, and he goes, when he jumps off the boat. That's one of the funniest things. I showed it the other day to someone, and I was like, oh my gosh. Good to see you, Josh. Josh is still in Arizona, I think, so it's a 2-hour difference there. So boo-hoo for him. So, all right. Yeah, so a lot of these pieces here, Troy, these are both from Miniature Building Authority, believe it or not. These are crafted by Bill from scratch. These were 3D prints. Little barrels. And they're just 3D printed. This is custom scratch built from Bill. I'm going to throw this stuff out in the end here. Should I move this one slightly? I don't like the line up there with that. This one's got to go that way here, but it'll be all right. Okay. All right. Yes, you get anal when you've done this for so long. You get anal with things. Now there's wandering monster encounters in here. I know I'm gonna have at least one of them. That's what the land's for. What's up, long shot? All right. I'll leave the geohex out. I'll move it out of my way. Just in case I change my mind. Because trust me, I change my mind all the time. All the time. one's too big. And these are big, but they gotta go on the table. They're just perfect for this erosion. All right, so. I think that big piece is going to be in the background. It's so huge. I'm just going to put it in the background. This one. You know what? See it? That's high. We got to put something on that. I may put one of these. I hate the way that sometimes the geohex sits. So it's simple. Just with something like that. Just to cover it. All right. I gotta think of like where Walt is, where Tom is on the table too. I don't want them to be impeded visually, you know what I mean? So it crimped it a little bit. There we go. Okay. I'm not putting stuff on the other side for now because it just doesn't make sense. There's no reason to put stuff on the other side for the time being. So now I'm just going to throw these out there. I can make changes to them. All right. So there. So. All right. I got an outcropping here. I got this outcropping there. Playability space for me is right here. I feel naked without the screen up, but I'm just gonna not leave it up for the time being. So, BattleTech meets D&D. Yeah, it's crazy. BattleTech how it's basically there's things that are piling, there's things, and the computer program, the computers is like a Commodore VIC 20 inside of them. It's so bad, the ranges and everything. You think about it, but it's a fun game. All right, I'll put some more background. Oh, that's a piece. That's a piece I forgot. It's got a cave in it too. Oh. I'm going to make them, and if you can see what I'm doing here, I'm going to make them make a decision to whether they're going to try and bring their ship in or just bring their little dinghy boat and take it in there and really be susceptible to stuff coming in, if you understand what I'm saying. Now, I just thought about something. I'm going to move this one up because I want to cover a little bit of the seam line here. Just air. There we go. Okay. Then just background filler. I think there's a crag shoal. Easy enough. It's not even going to affect. It's not even going to affect anything. But this is just visual background fill. All right. Dead trees. Always love dead trees. Also covers the seams right here. Live tree. Maybe I need this one. Let me think. Exactly. So now, give me thoughts. No Coatoans in this one. One shotter, no Coatoans. Coatoans aren't sea based too. Remember, this is going to be in the Woolly Bay. So if this is going to be out of Harvey, okay. So you're going to have them along. It's going to end up along the West Coast. Now it's going to go to the ad page, which is not completed, but I'm going to show you the picture of the map. It's going to outside the music. One sec. So here you go, and it's going to be. We're going to run this south. I'm thinking it could be the one that's see on Karnak in this area here, where it shows ruined ships. I think it could be out there somewhere, that area. All right, I'm not going to have to go that far south. So I think that's where it's going to be. Yeah. Is there going to be anything visual, character or sign on the rocks coming up to the ship? You mean like the name of the, yeah, there's going to be the name of the ship. There's going to be stuff like that. I mean, yeah. They're going to be looking for a specific wreck, which is overdue, part of the adventure. I got to convert it into a Greyhawk. This is not a Greyhawk adventure. I've been going through a lot of the old dungeons for stuff I never ran that I can convert. Like the first one was Bristanum's Cairn out of Dungeon 6. This is out of Dungeon 15, and like I said, this is going to be a one shot. So it'll be oh geez, I just closed out Streamlabs. Give me 1 second here. Duh. Okay, doesn't affect anything. All right, close this, close that, open that. There we go. No, it's gonna be well. There you go. Drop the coffee, but there was nothing in it. So, okay. So I'm thinking now. These are probably a little tight, and I can move them around. But here's another thing. I want, if you notice camera angles, I want it to have visual effects so that it looks good on stream, right? And I got to think about that a lot. I got to think about like angles. I got to think about, it's just one of those considerations that I have to make. Let me see, blow up. Anything, that one's a good one. All right, let's stick on 3. So, I gotta take in consideration that for camera angles. Yeah. Dun 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 dun. All right, so we're pretty close. This is, like I said, this is not for a one shot. This is not that difficult of a setup. The teardown was way worse. Now, I know encounter-wise, I got to figure out something because the deck, there's stuff that takes place inside the ship. If you can see the map. It's up now. And I can't use this piece. So I may I hate taking this top off. I gotta think about this. Do I want to take the Reaper ship top off and use that? I don't think I do. So I I gotta figure that out still. I may have to do something like print out a piece of paper. I can run over to Staples and get that done. Take a picture, blow it up. Anytime the character has to deal with. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah. So, okay. You know what? We can do that. We'll put something in the background. I got one more. We'll put another shipwreck in the background, Jeff. I have this one. This is a custom craft piece from Bill. I've used it before on the table. I'll put this in the background. This one's a lot older, obviously. There. Alright, so that shows in the background now. Good idea. It's backwards. Let me put the thing around backwards. Now, put some stuff away. What do you think? Not bad. So, look at that, 11:30. Some things we can discuss now. So, stuff on the table. Most of this series, right? These are like my favorites. Some of the favorite stuff of Jeremy from Gamescape 3D's ever done, because I can use them for mountain passes, crags, like this. They work well with this water erosion setup. Yeah, it's great stuff. So thank you, Courtney, thank you, Jeff. Now another thing. There's Jeremy. Check him out. Jeremy will be at GaryCon. Okay, he's coming, not as a vendor, but coming as a player / observer / he's going to have one seminar. I believe that seminar, don't hold me to this, but I believe that seminar is at Thursday. It's either Thursday or Friday at 4. So it's going to be right after one of my seminars going into his. I'm going to be helping him. He'll be there. So, and we're just going to go over a lot of the stuff that he does. He also, and this is where I'm spoiled, GaryCon is the last weekend in March and the weekend before that for Founders and Legends. Someone wants to put the exact date up, they can. So, no one, good to see you. Thank you. Jeremy's parents, yeah, I know. There's still ways to get them. Yeah, that's true there as far as high tide and low tide. In fact, there's one or two rules in the game in this adventure for high and low tide. What happens? Where was I? Jeremy, his parents live 20 minutes away from Lake Geneva. He's driving up. He is filling his car. I'm spoiled. I admit it. He's filling his car with a bunch of Gamescape 3D stuff per my request that I will need each day for DMing. Yes, I'm spoiled, right? So I will have plenty of Jeremy's terrain, because he's going to come. He's going to be the setup boy, the teardown boy. So he's going to be, hey, new viewer, good to see you. Yeah, this is, if you don't know me, my name's Jay. Everyone calls me Lord Gazumba. It's a character in my campaign. My campaign's in year 43. Finishing up year 43, going into year 44, so the logo will change shortly. This will be adventure number 1021, The Wreck of the Shrouding Star. It's roughly, we're guessing, 3,375 sessions. Yeah, you did. Gift subs are good. Jeff, you could. Don't worry about it, Jeff, because I'm going to tell you why. Bill Meinhardt, if you know Bill, Bill's been featured on a lot of things. Alyssa Faden's, if you ever see posts from Alyssa Faden where she goes to the house before Gary Conn and plays a bunch of games, that's Bill's house. Josh knows him real well. Good friend of his. He played with Ed in Two Drink Minimum last year. He has as much stuff, if not more, than I do. So he lives in Chicago, and he's gonna be bringing any Dwarven Forge I need, and he lives nearby. So I appreciate that, Jeff. But he's got that covered. So yeah, good guy. He played Neithan, Neithan last year, and he'll be playing again in the Egg game. And like I said, Bill Meinhardt, he's a legend. He's an absolute legend for Gary Conn and Gen Con and participation. Yeah, so really good guy. So he'll be playing there. So I feel like I'm missing something here. So Jeremy from Gamescape 3D. I forget who made the pirate ship. Bill, the Master Crafter, can answer that, and we can get him on there. That pirate ship is not Gamescape. But mostly the stuff in the background, that's all old craft I got on eBay probably 30 years ago. It's just, filler. But like all the other crags, that's all Jeremy's. The ship, that's Artsonville Shipworks from the early 2000s. That company was in Florida, long out of business. I have a bunch of their stuff because it's just so awesome. So I need to remember to go over my notes from last year as to what worked and didn't work. Yes, you do, Rob. How many often are you DMing? Oh, so anyone that's on here, this is what I need you to do. If you are going to GaryCon and you're a regular in the community, if you're a regular or not, and you are DMing, I need your game you're DMing, the time it's off, and I need a, just like we do on my banners, I need a rectangular pic or logo, which I already have yours, Rob. So I don't need a logo, but I mean it, because remember we have a full 2-page ad in the events guide that John and I are paying for the entire community. Of course, John and I will be highlighted on the top, but we're going to try and fit as many people as we can. Streamer. Yeah, Greg, you can email that to me. Sure. Absolutely. So that's it's like Jeff, you're DMing, Greg, Von Moku, if you're, and I'm talking, it's got to be in person. You have to be in person. It's going to be meet these Greyhawk community members at GaryCon playing their games. That's what the ad's going to be. So it's in person, we won't have room to do the virtual, unfortunately. So, all the streamers, I'm going to put Darling, Bones, Myriad, Mandy in there because they're all participating. Yeah, so you get the idea. Guild Superior, Rob, Phantom, Wally Hobbit. I know I'm missing a couple. Oh, Armin. Yeah. So So we're going to put it under via Twitch name. Justinius 1. I need that. Greg Johnson. Sorry if I give him. And then I want the adventure name, DMing, venture name, time slot. All right. Yep, Darling Bones are going to. Yes. So, hey, Patrick. We're going to try and include everyone in the community that is going to be there that is at least at minimum DMing. Okay. I don't, or playing in one of the games, my highlighted games. So that's the Slav people, and then a couple of, I'm not putting Ed in there. Ed doesn't need, but, I may be putting Eric Mengi in there. I think Eric's DMing too. So, yeah. I know. If there's room, Jeff, if there's room, I will put in, meet these, like Curtis, he's going in, he's DMing. If there's room, I will put in key community people in there. I just can't guarantee that there's going to be room. But Jeff, I'm not going to try and exclude anyone. And I'm probably going to get mad. Someone's going to get mad at me because we may accidentally exclude someone that we forgot about. But I'm going to do everything in our possible to make sure we get everyone in there. All right. Self-promotion is the best way to promote. Because if we don't do it, who's going to do it? So I can't believe we have 72 people on right now watching. That's fantastic. Hey, Jeff, you understand what I'm saying? We're trying to be all-inclusive. This was an idea I had. Once in a blue moon, I come up with a good idea. So, we're paying the money for it. And it's not cheap, but I think it's worth it. Because, now, I'll stop myself there because if Josh is on, he'll get mad at me. So I'm keeping my mouth shut. I do not want Josh getting angry at me. Okay. So, I think we're pretty much set up. Now, the characters aren't out yet. Jeff, you'll be in the bar then with me and Robert Hartley and Bones and Darling and Ed Greenwood and my good friend Todd Stashwick. Gotcha, Curtis. And all the other great people. Yes, I went through the process of tear down and setting up all this terrain. Oh, and we started at 10 o'clock. What questions do you have about terrain, the sponsors like Reaper or Gamescape or Infinite Dimensions or, Troller Games, all my sponsors. Remember, yes. Curtis, I'm going to be a pain in the ass to Josh. I can't help myself, right? I can't help myself. So, by the way, here's a little story. So, I don't have club access yet. So I call up Lake Geneva, the Grand Geneva. It's like, I want to add club access to my stay. And the guys there's like, well, you should wait because they're sending out something shortly to all the participants, for Gary Con that have registered for 50% off of that coming up. So don't do it yet. So I say, yeah. So I got to get the club access because we stream from there. If you don't have a 3D printer, we're giving the Cersei and pigs away. So we got 3 giveaways. We got a $20 gift certificate to Infinite Dimensions Games site. We got your choice of a Gamescape 3D compilation, and we're also giving away the Cersei and pigs. Yeah, because you know me, Curtis. I got to do everything ahead of time. I can't wait. I can't wait till last second. So, yeah. All right. Questions? Throw them out. Throw them out there while we got a couple minutes here before we do the giveaway. And wow, 74 people watching me sit here put up terrain. I really appreciate it. So here, let's do this one more time. I'm gonna do a scroll around the room. We got like 3 times the people on last night. What's the most impactful pieces you have? That's a great question. The most impactful piece we have, by far, the 2 most impactful is the arena by Infinite Dimensions Games and the jousting field, right? Tell me what we would do if I did not have that jousting field every year for Virtual Greyhawk Con, right? By far. The jousting field's 1, and then the arena, which is even more impressive, is 2. Just no doubt about that. Are there mermaids and a kraken? Well, oh, jeez. One sec. Holy shit. Hold on. I forgot something. These were gifted to me by someone in the community about 2 years ago. Wow, thanks for answering that question. Because he got like 6 or 7 of them. And I apologize because I don't remember who it was. So, I'm going to be using this for that octopus. Right, I got 2 different colors. I got the blue. Yeah, I haven't used these yet. Holy jeez. It's a little big. It's a little too big, but who cares? We'll get the idea. How could I forget this? So, I have a blue one and a green one. I like the blue one myself. The green one may stand out a little better on the terrain, but yeah. So there were issues with them, so he got them like sent to him like 3 times. So he had like 6 of them. So he sent me 2 of them. It's got to be 2 years ago. Yeah, that's what she said. CHB, I owe you a Troll Lord Games. I owe Dale, I think 2,000 Cs or a $10 gift certificate to Troll Lord Games, and someone's gonna get the backhand, Chuck. Right? So I know he's not on, so I can say that. But yeah, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one. Here, I'll let you guys decide, guys and gals. You can decide. I think the blue one looks better, but plus you see the teeth better on that one. See? Well, that actually is broken off there. That piece is broken. That's why. But you can see the teeth. So I don't know. I'll flip a coin that night. So yeah, blue. That's what I think. Courtney, blue. How many tables are supporting this? 2. All right, so I'll show below on that again too. All right. Yeah. All right. Blue it is. That's what I thought. This is one of the reasons. I can't believe I forgot that. Thank you so very much for asking that question, Major. You saved my butt again. All right. So we're going blue. Oh, this piece is broken off, but I can probably put it on. All right. Oh, ha ha! Here's the 3 other tentacles. All right. I'll take them out of the bag in the future. All right, there you go. So. Glad I didn't forget that. Yes. Gets the job done. You still haven't gotten that, Jeff? All right. I will message Walt Robillard again and tell him you didn't get it. Because you should have gotten it. Are you sure it was a hard copy book or was it a digital? Just let me know. So. Yeah, it does. I can remove it. That's a good thing. So I can take that piece off real easily, and I will. That's a good thing that piece comes on and off right there, and we get to, yep. All right, so here we go. One more time around the room. Start here. Mats. You got a lot of, there you go, terrain there. A lot of it's 3D prints now. It's taken over that section. A lot of it's Gamescape, running around. Smaller, mostly all 3D in the back. There are the Elmores. I got 3 Elmores in the back, signed. Running. A little more terrain. Now, a lot of this is Bill's custom craft side. You got the Tower of Alana up there. You got a Warmonger's Tower in the back there. They're custom crafts. And you're running with some bigger pieces. A lot of that's 3D prints. Some NBA there. The lower shells have Bill custom crafts on it. A lot of it is, with the Proxon cut, the foam. Trees. There's trees on that chair I just didn't put up yet. Got our Battletech posters. That's a Diesel in the back, by the way. He's at GaryCon each year. That's LaForge. All right. 13th Warrior. Nighthawk the Slayer, original. I got that one from Lebanon, by the way, English version. They only made English full-size posters of that overseas. I don't get it. Knight Riders. Is there anything better than Ed Harris jousting on a motorcycle? That's what that poster is. And then Excalibur. They're all originals. All right. There's Blue Bay. You can't see it with it. That's Patrick's on the wall. That's Patrick's town. That Anna put on the map on the Wild Coast area. We've been there before. It doesn't show real well in picture. All my books, all the character sheets in those books, rule books, modules. Oh, yeah. Notes, more crap. All the plastic miniatures. Yeah, the basement's insured for a lot. Okay, everyone, if you want to ask that question, plastics. Rule books running along the wall. Mostly Miniature Building Authority now in all these. Miniature Building Authority. After that, you can barely see. There's the Wall of Fame is up after that. 24, and then way down there along the back wall that's where all the big pieces are. Like and this table here is the joust. The jousting table is on there, and a lot of ruined buildings, and then way in the back there. Like I said, we got to reorganize. This is the really big stuff, and all the Dwarven Forge on the wall. So there you go. Crazy, huh? It is nuts. I admit. Yeah. All right. Yeah, the moose that came from Patrick, Canadian Ancient Gamer. He sends us a lot of Canadian stuff, which is cool. So in the goodie box, Joust is a great arcade game, but like I said, that's probably the most important piece we have, because what would we do? How would we do the Grand Joust every year for Virtual GrowCon? So. No. The hot water heater room and furnace is huge. It's behind there, so you can see this wall. This wall butts out behind those, and goes, and then it goes deep in that way, a bit where it's got a half wall. So in fact, we're getting the heating and air conditioning unit replaced this week upcoming, because it's old. So I'm actually getting that done Wednesday and Thursday. Now it's big. It's a fairly big room, and all the geohex, and then I got the old Home Depot type racks that are in there with a bunch of stuff stocked on that. So, yep. Which one? Which one looks precariously on the edge of the table? Oh, that the Reaper ship? Yeah, you're right, dude. We got too much. So, what are the questions you have, and then we'll do the giveaway. And look at that, we're getting on noon. So I don't want to keep people all day here. I said 2 hours. Look at that, and we'll talk about what's coming up. Thank you. It is, isn't it? So, previous house, the entire basement was the area that I'm sitting in. This room area here. That entire basement size was that. So. I think I have 40 bookshelves. They're all IKEA, Billy bookcases. You just go to IKEA and buy them and set them up as we need them. And I got the half bookcases counted in that. These two behind me, these big green ones, these are from the old house. They came along with me with the table. So, what was your first big piece of terrain buildings? All right, let me go get it. You're gonna laugh at this. It's in here. It's in the heater room. Okay, this is from the BattleTech days. This is a crafted piece. We call this Africa. Good shape. This has got to be from the early 90s, mid 90s. Yep, that's a crafted piece. Yep, that's the. It's pretty ugly. But that's the first. And then first big Miniature Building Authority started in the year 2000. Where's the end? Oh my gosh, I can't find it. Oh, here it is up top. Let me move the dragons out of the way. This is the first big building we got from Miniature Building Authority. See the playable space inside? Yeah. As far as big ones go, right? That's probably... and it's so heavy. Now, their engines have gotten a little smaller and a little nicer, but that's probably the first big one that I can remember. As far as the Miniature Building Authority, they were our first ever sponsor, and yeah, they do. Curtis always wins the NBA giveaways, so and they're doing a lot more. If you go on their site, here, let me shout them out. If you go on Miniature Building Authority's site, heck's their shout out? Holy jeez. Uh-oh. There it is. Huh. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, you need to go frontal. Full frontal. Yeah, you do got the hot hand for one. I think there's one coming up too, very shortly. So, still have my first mini, dude. Pat 66. So if you go back to the day of here, do anyone remember the old Raul Partha 3-stage figure minis? So Gazumba is actually a 3-stage mini figure. So Tom likes collecting these old ones. I'll just show you some of the. There's a third here. So, all right, just to give you an idea, before we had monster miniatures, we had character miniatures. So here's the official Lord Gazumba figure, right? Raul Partha 3-stage. This is a 3-stage Elven Wizard miniature, right? Here are the 3 stages, because Tom would go on eBay and collect them for me, because one of his characters, Thomas the Younger, is one of these as well. I mean, not these, but one of the 3 stages. There you go. That's a 3-stage miniature that came in the Raul Partha blister. Yeah, so we got a lot of these old Parthas that go back to the 80s, right? And he'll use them. He'll put them out there when he does mirror image spells on the character too. He'll grab all these miniatures and put them out there. So yeah, I'd say the Parthas were the best back in the day. So the brands that we used to get before we got monster miniatures, and that didn't happen until the 2000s, right? Because Wizards started putting out all these great plastic ones. Yeah, they're awesome, aren't they? I have one in the blister, by the way. Yeah, the 3 stages are great. No, just 3 different here. I got one in the blister, and I'm not taking it out. I'll show you why. Because I got this on one of the old, alright, it's a childish name, but one of the old antitheses in the 80s was named Phuket. He was a gnome illusionist assassin, because remember, that's allowed in the Arcana. Here you go. He was this one. Still have the miniature painted, but gnome. So that stays in because I found it. Yeah. So and that's what it looks like. What year is this? See what it says it on here. It doesn't. Can't see it on the end. So I can't see it on the miniatures. 86. 86 it says on the miniature foot there. 1986. All right. This came out. So back in the day, you had Raul Partha, Grenadier. You had Ratham, right? So we have some good Ratham figures, believe it or not. They had real good dwarves. You had Citadel, the Lord of the Rings Citadel miniatures. which the L's were way too big because L's were 7 foot tall. That's what, but the doors were good with them too. Prince August was a UK based group. We have a bunch of most of Tom's miniatures are Prince August because he painted them. No, he was an illusionist assassin. Why did I get up? So this is a recent find of mine from that time frame, right? That I had the Barbarian War Chariot. I wanted this. I wanted a War Chariot that was, and this is a Harlequin. That's a UK company. I just kept the box. So, because my character Dervillia in Tim's campaign, which Tim doesn't play that much anymore, because he angers me about it. So, my Cavalier Dervillia, this is metal, by the way, based and all. So, Bill did this up a couple years ago for me. There you go. So I got her on there in her pink armored. She's a 13th level Cavalier. This is not Greyhawk. This is in Tim's Wilderland City State of the Invincible Overlord campaign. Oh my God, there you go. All right, and then here's her henchman Flavius. It's a fighter specialized with bow, and it fits 2 on there. So Bill based it and did a real nice job on it. That's an old miniature that we found. Yeah, so I will look for the old stuff when I need it, right? When for a purpose. Yeah, Flavius. Come on, Flavius is from. You should know the Star Trek. Flavius is from. Yep. I love City State of the Invincible Overlord. Tim's campaign's great. Tim's rolling right now with his reverse dungeon with his whole group, and that's fine. But I'd love to play. I have Kixano, who's a poor man's Gazumba, Fighter Clerk Mage, and Dervillia, my 2 characters, in that. So, no, Flavius was in the Rome when they go back to the world. It's like Rome. Rome never fell. Flavius is the one gladiator. Yeah. Dale runs the Wilder Lands. So, Crazy C, which I had been introduced to D&D instead of Warhammer when I was in elementary school. So, Crazy, that's, hey, but still, if you enjoyed it, that's okay, right? If you have fun with whatever you're playing, I know cost effectively, it's super expensive because of army points and all that, but still, if you enjoyed it, that's the most important thing. The Kiss episode. No, those are Greeks. Those are Greeks. The Roman one is where they go and they try and find the other starship that disappeared, and the captain turns and is working with the Romans, and that one. And it's like a modern day Rome, and they're live producing TV show for gladiator combat and executions and stuff. Yeah. Which piece brings back the best in-game memory? Wow. This happened at the other house. Yes, Roman. Not the Roman god one, Apollo. Not Apollo. No, this is the one where, they actually go and Rome hasn't fallen on the world. Yep. Exactly, Dale. You got it. All right. Here's my memory. This is an old castle keep piece. Really old. This. Oh my God! I called her. Can you imagine if I broke that? All right. This was made a husband and wife team. This has got to be the 90s. Made these. See, right? This is an old piece of mine. Back when you could not get Miniature Building Authority, you couldn't get 3D prints were not around then. All right, so it's not a bad piece because look, it's got a lot of playable surface. All right, it's on the shelf over there. So this was I used this for the Tower of Alana, which is way back there in the corner now. You know, you see that big piece. You know, it goes on the Altamira table all the time. That's the center of town. So I used this for the Tower of Alana back in the day. It's not even close to what it looks like, but it was the only piece we had. And during the adventure, this is my 25-year campaign plot arc, which actually is not finished, by the way, for the Crown of Ruggiero Bloodmoon, who's like he's like Tulsa Doom is in Conan, right? He can will people. He's a Sul, one of those crazed Sul wizards that came through. His cairn is in the Cairn Hills. And if you note that in these adventures now, they're finding these gems for it. And we did that in Bristanum's Cairn and a couple other adventures. Well, they found the crown in one adventure. And Bill's character, Salen Shadow Moon, who is a Clark Necromancer. He's the Deputy Guildmaster of the Gravediggers and the Bombers Guild. He's a PC. He's chaotic stupid, chaotic neutral, and he put the crown on and turned into this guy and tried taking over all of Greyhawk. And this is back at the old house. So the funny thing was, though, during adventures over the years, if someone got a limb cut off or someone died, he would sneak a piece of them, Bill would. So Alan's character Milana Sunbane, his knight character, had got limbs cut off 3 times. So he had fingers and stuff. So when he went evil with this crown, he had all the parts cloned of all the players. So he had 3 different Milanas at different level. He had 2 of Marco's character, Railstone, at different levels. He had Swain, which is another one of Mark's character at a high level. Swain is this is his tower, right? The Tower of Alana is his. Now Swain was dead, but he cloned him because he had pieces of him. And his son is Gilthanus Markham. So in that adventure, Gilthanus was on this tower, and they show up at the tower, and all they hear is Swain, the clone Swain. He chased his son to the top roof, and then he said, "Take that, chicken lips," and he blasted him off the top of the tower and dropped him all that way, and he fell to his death and splattered on the ground. This is an Altamira. So, yep, that was a funny thing. There you go. That's a memory from a piece. Yep. That happened at the old house, so that is, I'm going to say that happened 2002 is my guess. That's 2002 to 2004 is it my guess is when that happened. So, and that plot line still continues. Good question. See what else we got. So we're over 12, so I want to keep people. Dude, everything was scratch built back then. In fact, a lot of the stuff we have is Bill's scratch builds, especially on this wall bow. A lot of it scratches, right? Most all this is scratch built. We're using it less and less and less. So when Bill gives the permission, we're going to start giving it out to people. So yes. So here's the thing: they can't destroy the crown. The crown was in hold of the Night Watchman in Greyhawk. All right, and then he got Walt's character Alphonse, and remember he's the character named Alphonse D'Amato. He's a Clark bounty hunter. He's one of the Darkmen. He's deputy guildmaster of the Night Watch. So he got, they captured him and they made him get it out of storage. But it's back in their hands because they can't figure out how to destroy this crown. Now, Salen's been collecting now the gemstones of it because he never had any of the gemstones. Now he's collecting these gemstones for some purpose. So I'm off the hook. Yeah, so trust me. I wish, out of all the things, I wish that was streamed. Plus, the pictures I have of that are terrible. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find them on here, but I have those. I'll show them if I can find them. The picture, the final battle, because Salen's got the crown on. He's on top of the ziggurat. He's on top of Rogero's ziggurat out in the middle of the Cairn Hills. He's got 2 beholders with him. He's got all the minions all around, just like Tulsa Doom has, and but they all he had the mass kill themselves, which is awesome. Just because you can do that kind of stuff when you're megalomaniac evil and can mind control at will. So it was fun. But that's the number one stream I wish I had been able to stream, but that was so decades before streaming. It's so hysterical. I wish I had better pictures too. The iPads took shitty pictures back then, and if you all remember, even phones didn't take good pictures. So I have no really good pictures of that. But I'm building up to something else. So it's a great question. All right, what else we got? And we're going to do the giveaway shortly. Okay? And we'll get everyone on their way and we'll figure out who to raid into. I don't see anyone on. That's our normal partner, so someone may be getting a really nice kick here, which is good. Ooh, Anna redid it. Okay, so Anna redid the Slav Squad logo so that I can get that on a shirt. She neutraled out the purple on it. So, yes! Hey, Anna, thank you. We got a great stream tomorrow night. Great stream tomorrow night. With Anna, myself, and maybe Tim. Here, let me start throwing them up. I love the last follow, GM for life. Yeah. Lifers. Michael. Yo, hey, Michael. You free Tuesday night? I'm free Tuesday. Awesome. Let me know if you're free this Tuesday. I'm free. All right? Okay. Let me know as soon as you can. Tomorrow night, the Art of D&D Campaign Balance. So, what does that mean? Well, I'm going to talk to you about the history of where things went a little off the haywire, a little crazy, and where we had to backtrack. I'm going to give you an example right now. Specialization, multiple attacks for paladins, and I'm talking about fighter class sub for paladins and rangers. No one ever played a fighter again, so we had to make some changes there. We had to make some. We'll talk about how do you balance your game. So classes are fairly balanced, and there are some classes more powerful than others, and there's some other instances. But what do you have to do to tweak your game to keep it so that it is fun for everyone? That's tomorrow night. There will be a Legends and Lore at 9 o'clock on Wednesday. Note, I have a thing at school for my son, so it'll be an hour late at 9. That topic is not done. Please do leak. This is out of Harby, this adventure, by the way, coming up. This is the Hiltless Swords. There's the war in Harby has gone on between Michael Baton, who lost, it was Marco's character, and Alita Norbalos. Michael Baton was assassinated, decapitated, and in the very end, and is now a revenant floating amongst a ship out in the Woolly Bay, seeking revenge. And he's not a revenant that dissolves over time, so he's a ghost revenant. All right, Wednesday night, that's that. Thursday night, we play this game that we're setting up for, The Wreck of the Shining Star, the Hiltless Swords. That's Thursday night. Infinite Dimensions will have a, is that right? It may not be the right sponsor giveaway. Sorry about that. Next Sunday. By the way, this Sunday's Gabbins at 8. Eagles game late. Curtis understands this one. It's San Francisco. Curtis's team against the Eagles, my team, late. 8 o'clock start. It's also... Are you ready for the awesomeness of this? It's my 2-year anniversary partner stream. New job starts 12/4. Patrick hasn't started yet. I'll talk about that in a second. So, two-year stream. It's going to be our 15th DM's Roundtable. The guests, Ed Greenwood, Punk Rock Jenny, and if you don't know who she is, Go on Instagram and check out Punk Rock Jenny. She's awesome. And Mike Sly Flourish on our DMs Roundtable. It's going to be an awesome discussion. All right, that is Sunday night. That'll be at Troller Games. We'll have some special giveaways. It's my 2-year partner anniversary stream as well, December 3rd. All right. Last, December 9th, Saturday. Doubleheader, special Saturday morning, Saturday evening stream. It's a 2-part adventure. Part 1. I got these in shout out. I'm not even doing these. I'm stupid. There we go. There's that. And then there's that. Okay. Part 1, The Deadly Drown. This is right out of Altamira. The group will be with a new character, Little Bird, with her brand new character. Orenthera. Coco Bunny, Courtney has her brand new character as well. Fauna Lynn. She is a fighter mage. LJ's playing, and Korg from Nerdy Guide. LJ has her Avenger, Epona, and Korg has his quarter orc monk in that adventure, and that's part 1, and that's from 9 to 1. Then, this is the 9th. In the evening, we have 2 Drink Minimum, part 2. So we got Ed, Eric Mengi, Anna, Darling, definitely. Eric Boyd is 50-50, and Jose Ortiz is going to join for this one. I think he's 90% in as well. Part 2, The Deadly Drown, doubleheader, 2 special group events, Saturday the 9th. I think that's as far enough out as I've gone. All right? Fun stuff. All right. I know, man. I know. It's a lot of... I know the community is always asking. It's... But I'll say this, there is a lot of people who are looking for players in the community that would appreciate, they're always asking. So it's going to be a great day. Okay. All the same campaign for me, though. All right, we're going to do the giveaways, and we're going to raid into someone. Yeah, here's Virtual.com Discord and Cannon Fire Discords. That's a lot, yes. Always trying. The main question is, did you give Ilian a daughter? No. Ilian, no. It's Alida. So, yeah, I think she's the granddaughter of the Despotrix. So go. Do you have the Slavers, Lee? Do you have the Slavers reference? By Sean Reynolds. If you don't, you got to get it. I mean, that Sean Reynolds and Chris Pramus. It's the best. Alida Norbalos is in there. Yep. So I start my new job 12/4, and the reason I'm stacking a lot of stuff now. All right. Well, Lee, that has so much data in it for Hardby. Do you have the Hardby articles from Dungeon? The Hardby by Paul Luby. And also there's Hardby article. Okay. That's fine. Hey, man, it's all good. But she works with the slavers. She's evil. She's a judge. She's in line for the Despotrix. Yeah, she's nasty. So, I start my job 12/4, and I got to go to Atlanta for a couple days, and then I'll be going from there. And I got a whole team under me, so it is a lot coming up. So my time, I will get streaming. I don't think will be that impacted, but a lot of the extra stuff will be impacted. So I'm trying to get in as much as I can now. Thank you. Thanks, Mike. It took, it's a big upgrade from my previous job of 29 years, so I'm really excited about it, but it's going to cut into some of the time that I have. All right. Last call, exclamation point drawing. Remember, one person without a 3D printer is going to win the Reaper miniatures. All right? And then after that, if you don't, I'm sorry, but, So you got your choice. Any compilation you want from Gamescape 3D. I got like 5 different ones on the Dropbox that I'll just add you to. I'm going to give you, I have a code for a $20 gift certificate for Infinite Dimension Games. Once again, that's all STLs as well. And then the miniatures, I'm going to be sending out Circean Pigs, Reaper Bones Black. So this is a nice set. You missed it, dude. Hey, I've been on since 10, man. So I'm actually running late. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Let me see who I'm rating into first. Oh my. Oh my. Let's figure this out. Trollard wasn't on today. Someone who's let me see all the other D&D streams that are on. See if there's any of these that I know. Nerdy 90. I may just randomly do one of these. This is tough. It's tough when I don't have any partners on. Oh my gosh. Dude, I hate Reflux, man. I hate it. He's Fried Dice Paradise is on. Let me take a look. Is he running D&D? Looks. Captain Robert is reruns. He just runs major. He just runs reruns 24/7. So he's not running. I won't ever stream into someone who's running a rerun. I know, isn't that awesome, Blue? What's the URL to the partner page? I don't know what that means. XL. Yeah, Robert. 90% of the time he runs is reruns. You mean Greyhawk events? That one? Oh, that's on tabletop events. That's on tabletop events. So that's during Virtual GrowCon. I think it's on. It may be embedded somewhere in that Discord, in the Greyhawk events Discord, which we changed the name of it. So yeah. So. He left Twitch. So he's just running reruns. What's he doing? Is he running on Kick now? So, yeah. But he's just running reruns. So, is he? I'm not rating into him. Sorry. I'd rather give it to someone smaller and someone who would appreciate it. So yeah, I'm gonna run Fried Dice. I'm gonna do Fried Dice because they're good guys. Lee. So we're gonna rate them. All right, let's do the giveaways first. That's cool. I'll probably screw this up. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. So I got one more week off, but I got a lot going on, as you can see. I'm gonna close this out. I hate Reflux. I take 2 famotidines every day, XL every day at dinner. So I used to take omeprazole and it killed my stomachs. Oh, sorry to hear that, Lee. Here we go. First winner. You gotta tell me what you want. Keith. RoGR. I think you got a printer, don't you? Thank you. Tomorrow Nights is gonna, yeah, Keith. But do you have a 3D printer, honestly? Because if you use a 3D printer, you can have the Reaper, but I'd rather have someone who doesn't have the minute have it go to it. So, your call. Pat 66. I have to be screening with that. Yeah. All right. Keith, I'll attach you to something. All right, Pat, you got a 3D printer? Yeah, I didn't think. All right, you don't have one. All right, that's Pat. That's Pat Draws who has it. And Kai. I know Kai has a 3D printer. So there you go. Awesome. Yeah, Keith, thank you for doing that, man. Just because I want to give everyone a shot there. So in fact, Keith, I'll make it worth your while. Trust me. I'll attach a couple to you. So you'll be happy. All right, awesome. Kai, you'll get the gift certificate to Infinite Dimensions. So, yeah. Cool. Very cool. All right. We're going to raid into Fried Dice Paradise, and we'll see you all. Yeah, thank you. We'll see you all. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's a lot. It's a weight off my chest with a new position. It's going to be a lot of work, but I'm excited for the challenge, and, you know, it's life. You know, we got to do the real life stuff. I said this to a lot of young people. I said this to a lot of people on Twitch. And I'm gonna make this dirty so everyone understands it, because this is exactly what I said to everyone, and that is, work hard when you're younger. Work hard when you're younger, whether that's school, work, whatever it is. That way you can fuck around all you want when you're older. Simple. All right, you know, so that's my advice to the world. So, no, I haven't gotten that far out, XL, on that, because I'm going to have something with Alyssa Faden. We're going to try and get a Battletech stream in there, a lot of other things. So, yeah, we're going to get some stuff in. All right, I'll see you all. Let's raid into Fried Dice, and we'll see you all tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, not 7, 8 o'clock for Gavin this week. So, see you all. I'm going to hit the wrong button. I almost hit the wrong button. Hold on. All right. Unbelievable support today. Thank you so very much. It means so much to me. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy football. All right. So let me set the rate up. I didn't even take a break. My voice is gone. Let's see if we can get like 65. That's still good. 62. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you soon.